stage. Only one place to start, and that is with Benjamin Cesco. It could be a crucial day. We understand that his preference is to join Manchester United over rival bidders Newcastle United. Let's go live to Manchester and speak to our reporter, Daniel Kahn. Right, OK, Daniel, just bring us up to speed. And are we right in saying it looks like he wants to go to Old Trafford?
What would Manchester United do in reaction? And it was always somewhat understood that they would only formally enter the race if they had any indication that Shevchenko's preference was Old Trafford in terms of his preferred destination, and everything indicates that they got that feeling because they then entered the race a bit of under Newcastle's, around £65 million plus add-ons. And that is very interesting because that would indicate again that United are pretty comfortable going in less than what Newcastle have, but trusting that Leipzig, if Old Trafford is his preferred destination, that they will follow what Cesco desires. And as we understand it, as you said, that is Manchester United, and a huge boost for United in that sense if they do sign Cesco, to add another forward to the line, knowing that Ruben Amorim wants to improve their goal record because it was pretty not impressive last season. But we'll have to wait and see. No agreement club to club just yet, but it does seem, as things are trending, that he could be here at Old Trafford.
Well, Ruben Amorim has repeatedly said that they need to score more goals. Now, if Cesco signs, how far have they gone in addressing that problem?
Yeah, I mean, huge, Tom. If he does sign, United would have signed 3 players in Cesco and Buemo and Matheus Cunha, who scored 48 league goals between them last season. And let's not forget, I talk about their record last season, only 4 teams scored less goals than Manchester United in the Premier League last season. And I spoke to Ruben Amorim on multiple occasions last season, and he spoke about the need of needing to be more clinical in front of goal. And that, you would hope, would be addressed by signing these 3 players to add creativity. And the thing about Cesco as well is he scored 21 goals in all competitions last year, but it was the pure variety of goals he scored, not just, say, in the box, but he's great in the air, he can score with both feet, and he's also a bit of a facilitator in the box as well. So you think him with the likes of Bruno Fernandes and Buemo and Cunha all around him, plus the likes of Ahmad, could just be a much more threatening force at Old Trafford and away. I mean, many games here at Old Trafford behind me, teams were very happy to settle in a defensive block, not really that bothered to see if United could break them down. With those signings though, and if Cesco signs, you would think United will be a much more potent attack this season. But look, we'll have to wait and see. Cesco isn't over the line just yet, and I would spare a thought for Newcastle in terms of their targets. It seems like another one could be biting the dust while this whole noise around Alexander Isak is going on as well. But look, let's wait and see. Still a lot to go in this saga.
Dan, thank you. Yes, it's good morning to Dan Gosling and to Michael Bridge here in the studio. Dan, we'll start with you. We are getting the impression that Cesco would prefer to go to Manchester United, but can you understand why it would be a very tough decision, a nice decision to have, between Manchester United and Newcastle United?
Yes, obviously two huge clubs. I mean, Newcastle have closed that gap in recent seasons. Champions League football once again. So yeah, the pull of European football Champions League is great, but Manchester United is such a worldwide club, a huge club. They still have that pulling power. It's a really difficult one. Obviously, both paying similar amounts of money. Wages probably similar, give or take. So yeah, it's really club to club.
Michael, you know all about the inner workings of transfers. With with Manchester United feeling confident, that means they've clearly got some sort of encouragement, because if they're confident that they're going to get him, they must know something that maybe others don't.
Yeah, absolutely. And on the other side, Newcastle fans probably a bit concerned that it's going on and on and on. Look, Newcastle can only do so much. They've done as much as they can. But again, as Dan said, Manchester United, so much is made about European football. I don't think it matters as much anymore. It's still Manchester United. And amazingly, it's unbelievable. You're not going to see Manchester United in any European competition next season. OK, you're going to miss out on a little bit of finances, but it might do Ruben Amorim a little bit of good for one season, just as a club reset. We know Amorim, he said time after time, he doesn't like joining clubs mid-season. And you could tell, he said it a lot of times in during the season as well. Then you had the Europa League games non-stop, and they end up having a very poor finish in the league, but they still regardless of no Europe, have this pull. I suppose it's a massive thanks to Sir Alex Ferguson, I think, still really, isn't it? It's still Manchester United Football Club. Newcastle have done all they can, but it looks like he's heading to Old Trafford.
Yeah, Dan, why do Manchester United still have that pull? Because, as Michael says, they're not in European football. They finished 15th in the league last season. They only got 42 points in the whole of last season. So how can they still attract these top names?
I know. I mean, I was up there, Carrington, last week, and speaking with Darren Fletcher, and just the sheer size of the club. He was explaining it all to me after we played them in our under-18s fixture. But I mean, the players they still attract, they're still attracting big names. They're still a huge attraction all over the world, and players want to play for that club. It's historic. The history is there for everyone to see, and Manchester United, that walking out Old Trafford is still a place that players want to go to. Obviously, the new owners, the new stadium coming in. A few years' time, they're going to be playing in this incredible new stadium, hopefully. And for the likes of Cesco. But what I would say is Cesco has been on a lot of people's radars, but he seems to be the third, fourth striker. So if Newcastle do miss out, yes, it's going to be a hammer blow because it's happened with 4 or 5 other targets already. But what I would say, I wouldn't say he was the first choice on any of these clubs at the moment.
I'll just read out, we've got an update on Benjamin Cesco as this has been going on, actually, such as the transfer window. So this news is just into us. Manchester United are now advancing, so it's pushing on a bit with their talks with RB Leipzig over the signing of Cesco. This is just into us, by the way. No full agreement yet, that's crucial, but discussions are understood to be heading in a positive direction, so also crucial. Now, according to Sky in Germany, it is still the case that Newcastle's offer is higher than Manchester United's as of this morning. However, United have moved their base fee closer to £69.6 million plus possible add-ons. That's in talks with Leipzig in the last few hours, according to Sky in Germany. Now, the structure of the offer is still being discussed, so Leipzig haven't yet accepted that current bid. Sky Germany believe it does need further improvement, and Newcastle's offer is a guaranteed £69.6 million plus add-ons, and that one does meet the requirements. So Manchester United is still slightly lower than Newcastle's, but we're told they're getting there with Manchester United. Cesco's got a great relationship with RB Leipzig. It's understood to be very respectful, this whole discussion between the player and the club at the moment. And he wants to ensure that if he leaves, it is on good terms. Now, as soon as an agreement is reached, we expect Cesco to fly to the UK.
Manchester United are determined to find a long-standing solution to their goalkeeper problems before the summer window closes. With a move for Gianluigi Donnarumma coming as soon as a deal for Benjamin Cesco is secured, and if the latest reports are to be believed, Ruben Amorim has a great chance of signing the PSG goalkeeper. The Red Devils have sought to strengthen their attack this summer after their dismal 15th place finish in the Premier League last season. And while they cannot offer European football, big-name stars such as Matheus Cunha and Bryan Mbeumo have illustrated the appeal Manchester United still hold by quickly making it clear they were keen to sign. Now with great confidence that Cesco will be next in a move that will give Amorim a new striker figurehead and complete a new look forward line, Amorim and company are starting to turn their attentions to other areas of the side that require upgrades. To that end, the United boss would ideally also love to sign a new goalkeeper and a midfielder before the window slams shut. And after our transfer correspondent Dean Jones reported at the weekend that United were keeping a close eye on Donnarumma's situation at PSG in light of their imminent signing of Lucas Chevalier, a new update has revealed that a concrete approach from the Red Devils is now in the works. Per United site, Stretty News. The Red Devils are preparing their first offer for the 26-year-old, described by his agent, Vincenzo Raiola, as the best goalkeeper in the world and a player deserving of the Ballon d'Or. Per their report, PSG are willing to sell the Italy international this summer, with his contract due to expire in just under a year's time, and are seeking a fee of around €35 million, £30.5 million, $40.5 million, to sanction his sale. However, United's opening bid, described in the report as an onslaught, is poised to be worth €30 million, £26.1 million, $34.7 million, which does come relatively close to matching the European champions' valuation. Better yet, Donnarumma's great desire to move to the Premier League gives United strong belief that a deal is there to be done. Outlining optimism from the United end that a deal for Donnarumma is there to be done, the report states, Manchester United are ready to launch an onslaught for Paris Saint-Germain goalkeeper Gianluigi Donnarumma, whose future is engulfed in uncertainty.